वेदान्तदेशिकं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयां नमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुग्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य कुलपते बकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वयघट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुकरकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानाथं कुनयादिपदागतिं विदवे परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसा दासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्का भयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि आञ्जनेयमदिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। नमः सदसे नमः सभाये। Very grateful at the outset to SVK that has thought it befitting to bring lectures on dharma, on our scriptures to this beautiful land. Since yesterday, this has been my third lecture. The topic that I have been ordained to speak is the greatness of Hanuman as described by a great Mahatma called as Goswami Tulsidas, who lived in the medieval period through his very famed, revered composition called Hanuman Chalisa. Most of the scriptures that we revere, we deem as pramanam, authentic in Sanatana Dharma, is in the Bhasha Sanskritam. The compendium of close to 24,000 verses, housed in Bala, Ayodhya, Aranya, Kishkindha, Sundara, Yuddha and Uttara Kandams by Valmiki Maharshi is in Sanskrit. This compendium is called Shri Ramayanam or Srimad Ramayanam. The compendium of 1 lakh plus verses that constitutes the 18 parvas plus the appendix portion called Harivamsha by Maharshi Vedavyasa is called Mahabharatam, that is in Sanskrit. The compilation of 18,000 verses housed in 12 skandhas, extremely revered and popular, generally rendered for a span of 7 days, listened to by Parikshit through Vyasacharya's son called Shuka, is called Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam in Sanskrit. Vyasacharya's dear father, the great Maharshi Parashara, grandfather was Parashara. Parashara's Shakti's son is Parashara, Parashara's son is Vyasa. Parashara answered the questions raised by his student Maitreya. This Maitreya's questions and Parashara's answers is a compilation of 6,000 verses called Vishnu Purana. That is also in Sanskrit. Ramayana in Sanskrit, Bharatam in Sanskrit, Bhagavatam in Sanskrit, Vishnu Puranam in Sanskrit. The Pancha Ratnas that Mahabharata houses, Viduraniti, Yaksha Prashnam, Sanat Sujatiyam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit. Most of the very famous compositions by Adi Shankara, Bhagavad Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, Sanskrit. Then why will not certain elements in Tamil Nadu be tangled? Everything is in Sanskrit. So then there will be a question, why can't other Bharatiya languages be given the same importance? There is no doubt every bhasha is equally important. And the best example that answers this question is Hanuman Chalisa. It is not in Sanskrit. It comes from one part of Uttar Pradesh known as the Awadh region. Ayodhya, where Rama was born. Ayodhya nama nagari tatrasin lokavishruta manuna manavendrena yapuri nirmita swayam, says Valmiki. Tatrasin lokavishruta. Utrecht is very famous now. Valmiki says that time Ayodhya was very famous. Tatrasi Loka Vishruta, very famous happiness index, it was number 1. Ayodhya. So, in Ayodhya, which falls under the Awadh region, over a period of time, the language was called Awadhi. Generally, if you go north of the Vindhyas in Bharatadesha, the assumption is for them all languages in Dakshina is Madrasi. They don't know about the difference between Madras Tamil and Pungu Tamil. Madras Tamil is beyond the scope of any Tamil scholar they don't know. Shimoga Kannada is different from Mangalore Kannada. Malayalam, which is spoken in Malappuram, is different from the Malayalam which is spoken in Palakkad and Thiruvananthapuram. The Telugu of Hyderabad is not the Telugu which Amutta Malveda and Andhra Bhagavatam was written. Same thing if you come to the south of India, people assume that everything north of India is Hindi. There is an Awadhi in Uttar Pradesh, there is a Bhojpuri which is spoken. Closer to Nepal, northern part of Bihar is Maithili. There is a Braj Bhasha, there is a Khadiboli Hindi, there is a Haryanvi, there is a Jodhpuri, there is a Marwari, there is a Rajasthani. So that is such a medley of languages, and in that medley comes Awadhi from the Awadh region. So one, to assume that every revered scripture is only in Sanskrit in Sanatana Dharma is wrong. Hanuman Chalisa defies it. Every language spoken north of the Vindhyas is Hindi is wrong because Awadhi is not Hindi. It is like Hindi. But remember, if you are Tamil speaking, Awadhi means has another meaning. Maybe at the end of the lecture you may want to describe. My lecture is one. But that is Awadhi. This is Awadhi. Goswami Tulsidas, roughly 500 years back, lived in that region, and with his extremely adroit skills in the scriptures, was able to capture the imagination of a lot of astikas. He wrote in Sanskritam as well. Shri Ram Chandra He has written a composition on Krishna as well. He was extremely knowledgeable in Sanskrit, no doubt. But to reach a large section of masses, he thought, I should speak in their language. Instead of telling them, you go to Samskrita Bharati, finish 6 courses, read Panini's Ashtadhyayi, repeat yourself, and then come, they will die. So he wrote in their language. But when was it written? There was a great Mahatma called Akbar. It's a 10-mark question in 8th standard. If you remember history, like how we read Vyasam, Vasishthan, Avtaram, Shakti, Potram, Akalmasham, Parampara, we have to read Yenda Tandai, Vaman, Tanda Tandai, his son Humayun. They are all Swayamacharya Parampara. You have to read the entire Parampara. 10-mark question. Akbar the Great. What all he did. So this Akbar had a good quality. He wanted everybody to praise him and to nominate him for Nobel. So that was Akbar in those times. So when he knew that there was another person through his intense knowledge was able to capture the imagination of the masses called Goswami Tulsidas, immediately the prison was open for him and he arrested Tulsidas. What charges? Nobody knows. You are good, you are paying taxes, getting sentenced. So Tulsidas was clueless. That is when he thought, I will seek Hanuman's intervention and compose the set of 40 verses within the jail premises. That is how Hanuman Chalisa was born. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudhara Varano Raghuvara Vimadayasha Jodayaka Phalachara. In every language, that too when you compose poetry, there is a prosody, which is the chandas with which you write. For example, in English, I'm flying to UK this night. I've got a lecture tomorrow in UK. In English poems, you have a format called a sonnet. It does take the emotion of melancholy or mirth, then you have a 14. And if you go far away to the east, in Japan, you have this format called haiku, which has 7, 5, and 7 syllables. In the Tamil, there is a very famous meter called Kural Nadai. That is what is called Kural. Kural, because if you have to speak Tamil, there are certain letters that you need to practice. La, 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 na, na. If you don't get the pronunciation right, then you can fight for an MLA election. If your Tamil is weak, you will be voted. Or you can become a Tamil channel journalist. Ketukkulungal, Sollungal, Pannungal, So, Kural is a 2-line poem. Simple couplet. But you know what does Kural mean in Tamil? It means dwarf. Have you read about Himashweta and Sapta Vamanaha? Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Himashweta, Hima means snow. Himashweta, Sapta Vamanaha, 7 dwarfs. So in Tamil, dwarf means Kural. Kural means dwarf. Dwarf means short. Medically, if the pituitary gland has not functioned well, they will remain short. So dwarfism is called Vamanatvam or Kural. In the Tamil poem, if the second line is shorter than the first, it is called Kural Nadai. So in Tamil you have Kural, sonnet in English, haiku in Japanese. In Sanskritam you have Gayatri. Who is Gayatri? You have to Mama. Gayatri is not the name of a lady. Gayatri is the name of a meter. If a poem has 2-line verse, it has got 24 aksharas, it is called Gayatri. 32 Anushtup. Anushtup Chandaha Mahavishnu Paramatma Shriman Narayano Devata. 32. 36 Trishtup. Udati, Pankti, Ushnik. This is how the meters. Malini, Manda, Kranta, Harini, Shikharini. These are all meters in Sanskrit. I would request the parents who have children to, if they are restless, you can take them outside, bring them in, because this lecture has to go on for 1 hour 45 minutes. Okay, and this is 5 minutes short of Kantara 2. Okay, so to keep on there, you have got Rishabh Shetty. He's very good looking, you can see here. You have got only me. Nothing worthwhile to see, maybe something to hear. Okay. Now, these are all meters. In Avadhi, you have two, Chaupai and Doha. So Tulsidas uses that format. I have told you who Tulsidas is, why he wrote, on whom he wrote, and the meter. He now offers his tribute to the Guru. Remember, Shri in Sanskritam is both a letter and a word. Like how in English, A is the first akshara of the English alphabet. English alphabet has 26 letters. The first letter is A. But in chapter 2 of Wren and Martin, where they describe articles, it is divided into two. Indefinite articles and definite articles. A and an are indefinite. So you can use A as a word. That is why in MS Word, if you type a sentence, it will count A as a word. Shri is both a letter and a word. Why? Because Shri Nityeva Chanamate Bhagavati Dhruvatkatam Swam Vayam, says an Acharya called Yamunacharya. Shri is a complete word. If you are planning to have a child and it turns out to be a daughter, don't keep hunting, asking Gemini for unique, suggest good names. I am telling you a name, Shri. It is easy, even on Starbucks cup, they will ask what name to name. If it is Api Takucham, what will you do? Api, you are correct. If the name itself is Shri, it is so easy, S-R-I. Shri. Shri means Vedam, Sahi, Shri, Amrita, Satam. Shri means Vedam. So Tulsidas brings and begins his composition with Veda Shabdam, Shri, Shri, Guru, Charan, Sarojaraja. There is a difference in Sanskritam between Charana and Sharana. Charana is foot. Sharanam is refuge. I seek refuge, asylum. That is Sharanam. That is why it is Sharanagati. Charanam is feet. Karunarasa Purna Sudhabhe Kamakoti Pitha Adhipate Charane Sharanam Dehite Chandrasekhara Guru Murte. When you sing about Paramacharya, Charane Sharanam, Charane Sharanam. Charanam is feet, Sharanam is refuge, Shri Guru Charan Sarojaraja. Tulsidas says, I pay my obeisances to my Guru's feet. Shri Guru Charana, how are his feet? Like lotus. Saroj, Kararavindena Padaravindam. Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam. If you are a poet, you have to describe. Then without description or simile, what is poetry? If I say, oh, that lady walked, that means I am a prose person. The lady with the gait of the snow walked into this hall, and as she walked with the gait, that is poetry, right? Mama, give me water, prose. Oh, the one who has birthed me, carrying one of the bunch of Buddhas in a cup and walk with a majesticity and then present to me, oh, the lady with lotus petal eyes. That is poetry. He is a poet, right? And he knows it. Shri Guru Charana Saroja. How are his feet? Like lotus. Simile means lotus. Shri Guru Charana Saroja. Now, Tulsidas says, people call me a poet. You know why I became a poet? Because the dust, the pollen dust that was attached to the lotus-like feet of my Guru flew by the huge winds of Netherlands and fell on me. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. Rajas means dust. Rajas is also a guna. Sattva, Rajo, Tamo guna. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. See, I am talking about Bharatadesham. Maybe Netherlands is better. Here, in Bharatadesham, you open the windows during the day and you have a glass teapot in front of you, teapot. And you take one cloth and dust it. It will be clean. You will be so, you will feel as if you won a Nobel. And right in front of your eyes, one layer of dust will sit. You will get a bit frustrated, but that's an ongoing process. You will take your cloth, or generally if I am doing, I do it with my veshti itself, dhoti itself. Ready-made vastra. And I will wait. Vedanta Deshika asks in Bhagavad Gita Bhashya Tatparya Chandrika, why should we keep reading Bhagavad Gita? See, in Sanatana Dharma they say, keep on reading Ramayana, keep on reading Mahabharata. We love the same, वही story है ना. राम गए थे वन जाने के बाद रावण ने अपहरण किया. अपहरण होने के बाद राम जी गाय वानर के साथ सेतु बनाने और युद्ध हुआ वापस लेके आ गए. वही कथा है ना. थोड़ी को कथा में कोई difference नहीं. But every time we read, we are in a different state. Earlier I was a student, then I was a married man, then I am a grandfather. Every stage I have my own set of problems. So, Vedanta Deshika says, like how a cloth is used to wipe the dust on the mirror, you need Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana to clean the mirror which is your mind and heart. So you need to keep on listening and researching on it. So he says, Tulsidas says, Nija Mana Mukura Sudhar. My mind is like mirror covered with dust. So I need my Guru's grace to clean the dust. Nija Mana Mukura Sudhar. Varano Raghuvara Vimalayasha. Through my Guru's grace, I will see the greatness of that lineage of Raghu. Who is Raghu? Raghu was a king before Rama. Raghuvaran is a villain in Tamil Nadu. That is Raghuvaran, this is Raghu. Raghu was a Raja after Dilipa, very valorous Raja. In his Vamsha came Rama, so he is called Raghava. Raghava means Raghuvamsha Purodbhava. If he is with Veera, he is called Veera Raghava. If he is Vijaya, Vijaya Raghava. So this is Raghava. Varano Raghuvara Vimalayasha. What is that which carries fame? That lineage. What does Rama give? Jo Dayak Panachar. See, in Sanskritam it is Papa. It is Palam. Whereas Hindi over a period of time has had a Persian influence. So they say Phal, not Pal. But originally it is Phalam, Pa, Pa, not Pa, Fa. Pa, Pa, Jo, Dayak, Panachar, 4 fruits. What fruits? Blueberry, muskmelon, what fruit? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Who gives us, in this case too, since we are talking about Hanuman, Hanuman gives. In India there is a name for Hanuman, Maruti. What is Maruti? Car. If you sit in that car, 4-wheeled car, Maruti, and go, You go to an orphanage, help people, do your dharma, then it gives you dharma. Maruti gives dharma. In the same vehicle, you travel for your own marriage, kama. In the same vehicle, you go for your workplace, artha, wealth. And you are going in this vehicle and the opposite person is not driving well, moksha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Jo daya, palachar. Acharya gives. Then, what is the most important attribute of a devotee? Good devotee will first know what his limitations are. The best thing about a human being is that we should know what we lack. If we don't know that, perfect. Perfection को improve करना भी थोड़ा मुश्किल है. Says Amir Khan in दिल चाहता है. If we assume we are perfect, that itself we know there is something wrong. Tulsidas says, Buddhihina Tanjanike. Buddhihi, Swami. To describe you, I don't have enough knowledge. This is called Naichānusandhānam in Sanskrit Bhasha. First you should know what you are. I know this, I don't know this. If you are clear about that, then you will acquire knowledge. I know everything, then waste. Then why should I speak and why should you listen? Buddhihina tanu janike. I have no knowledge to speak about you. Sumiro pavana kumar. First he spoke about his guru, then Rama's devotee Hanuman. Who is Hanuman? Vayu Kumar, Pavana Kumar. What will he give? Bala buddhi vidya. He will remove all my kalesh. Kalesh is klesha. Klesha means some limitation in me. This is where Hanuman Chalisa begins. Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar Jai Kapisuti Loka Pujagar Ramadut. If you know it, you say Ramadut Atulita Baladhama Anjali Putra Pavan Sudanama Mahavira Vikrama Bajarangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchana Karana Viraj Sudesha Kanana Kuldana Kunchita Kesha Aaj Vajra aur Gaja Viraje Kaadhe Munj Jane Saje Shankar Suvana Keshari Nandan Tej Pratap Mahajagabandhan Vidyavana Guni Ati Chatur Nama Kaj Karive Ko Atur Prabhu Charitra Surive Ko Rasiya Rama Lakhan Sita Manavasiya Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Jaya Shabdam. So he begins with the Chalisa with the first Shabdam Jaya. Why Jaya? He likes Tamil Nadu politics. He's a Jaya fan. Because Hanuman largely features in the Ramayana. See, every word I say, if you pay attention, you will know. Ramayana. By mistake also Vishnu said Ramayana. That means long way. I used to go before I speak. Robert Frost said that. I used to go because in Sanskrit, when you bring two words together, there is one huge commander-in-chief called Panini, grammarian. He, out of 4,500 rules in Sanskrit grammar, it is called Ashtadhyayi, one rule is Purva Padātu Sanyāyām Agaha, one rule, one postulate. When Rama, Rakaram and Nakaram comes together, Rama plus Ayana, Panini has one rule. The resultant word cannot have Na. Ram plus Rama plus ayana. Cannot be Ramayana. He says that na should be replaced with na. So Rama plus ayana cannot be Ramayana. It has to be Ramayana. There is one rule itself for that. In the news channel they will ask Dushyanth, after Ramayana which Bata something big zero. They will not clear the cap. Negative one. Uttarayanam, Dakshinayanam, Ramayanam. That na should be there. That is very stressed. In the Ramayana, Hanuman largely features. In the Mahabharata too he features. Then Hanuman ji Mahabharata mein aave Riya Chopra nahi dikhte. When Krishna was riding the chariot, in that flag post Hanuman was there. Tapidvajaha Yatra Yogeshwara Krishnaha. You remember yesterday at about 7:40 in the Gandhi Center I was telling this shloka. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishnaha. Wherever that master of yoga sciences Krishna is. Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha. Wherever that archery Abhinav Bindra. Those days it was Arjuna is. Tatra Shri Vijayo Murti. He said Vijayo. Vijayo. Jaya will stay there. Why? Because Hanuman is there. Hanuman is Jaya, victory. In the Mahabharata, when Krishna was narrating and describing and answering to the questions raised by Arjuna in the form of Bhagavad Gita, Hanuman was there. That is why he begins Jaya Hanuman. That Hanuman who ensured victory in Mahabharata, Jaya Hanuman. What is his name? Hanuman. Hanu is the left. From my side, if you see, this portion is called Hanu. When he was struck by the thunderbolt of Indra, he had fracture. He fell unconscious. Then through divine intervention, one surgery was conducted and he came to normalcy. From that day onwards, he was called Hanuman. Original name was not Hanuman. In his birth certificate, his name is K. Sundar. Father is Kesari. His name is Sundar. So K. Sundar. That is his name. That is why the Kandam itself is called Sundara Kandam. Sir, how can a monkey be handsome? See, in Tamil there is a saying, Kakkaikum Tankunju Kurukkunju. For every mother, her son or daughter is Mr. World or Miss World. So for Anjana Devi, her son was Mr. World. So Sundar, K. Sundar. Later his name was Hanuman. Because originally nobody will call the son, the one with a fractured cheek. Hanuman means fractured here. Original name was K. Sundar. But Hanuman became very famous. Because with that little deformity also he could achieve so well in his life. So deformities don't determine the success in your life. Hanuman is an example. Jaya Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar. He did not cross only the ocean. He is the ocean. Jnana Guna Sagar. Why? Because in the person where beauty lies, brains rarely exist. And vice versa is true. You park and peaceful. To look he is okay, but when he speaks he makes sense. The other way around comment is also possible. You park if he opens his mouth, full of idiosyncrasy, don't even ask him to do. So beauty and brains rarely coexist. They are either mutually exclusive or don't look at each other. Hanuman has both Jnana Guna Sagar. And the only mistake, he didn't get married. If he decides to get married, everybody will have his jersey in them. It's very handsome. Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar. Jai Kapis. Kapinam Sreshtaha Kapisaha. In Sanskrit, that Kapisha won't come in Avadi, Kapis. Kapihi means monkey. Jai Kapis, Tihu Loku Jagal. Tihu Lok. Wherever you go, he is famous. I have been to Hanuman temple in Dallas. I've been to Hanuman temple in Maryland. I've been to Hanuman temple in Jakarta. I've been to Hanuman temple in Sydney. I've been to Hanuman temple in Bharata. Tihu log, whichever continent Hanuman is there. Tihu log ujagar. Ram doot atulit bal dhama. This morning I was explaining. Hanuman took up a task which was a very tough one. What was a tough one? He went on Operation Sita. Has he seen Sita? No. Were Sita and he classmates? No. How does Sita look? He has never seen a human woman. He has seen only Vanara woman. Anjana, Tara, Ruma. He has never seen a human woman. He tried to check Sita's profile, it is locked. He has not seen Sita, he has not met Sita, he doesn't know how Sita will look. He has not been to Lanka before. It is not as if he has had an on-site project in Lanka, he has traveled to Colombo. He has not gone to Sri Lanka. And does he have documents? No, he comes by the boat. So he doesn't have documents. But he took it upon himself that he will be the messenger. A messenger's job is very tough. In school days, I'm sure, I don't know whether they do it here. In my school days, I remember, there used to be a little activity. The teacher will tell us something in our ears. We will have to keep on telling it to our friends. Finally, when it reaches the original message and the last message, you'll have no connection. Because messaging is an art. Today, which is the biggest virodhi for our messaging? Autocorrect. I would have assumed I would have sent a message. But I won't be aware that the autocorrect has corrected something. Whenever you type I, you check on WhatsApp, it will become you. It doesn't like Ahankara. I it doesn't. You. Long into Sunna, that will get put Long into Sunna, says a great thinker, Karunanidhi. So, this autocorrect is the biggest virodhi. So messaging is an art. You have to convey the required message in the given time. See, earlier in 1970s, I'm sure the elderly people here will know, there used to be a service called telegram. Whenever you get telegram message, it means somebody is dead. Do you know that? Start immediately, they say. That means the body is waiting. So, art. See, there used to be a writing called Cressy writing, if you remember. They will give you a big essay of 1,000 words and ask you to write that in 50 words. We are not experts in it. We know how to exaggerate, how to condense, we don't know. Hanuman was an expert at it. Jaya Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar Jaya Kapis Timulok Ujagar Ram Dood Adulit Bal Dhama Anjali Putra Pavana Sutanama. Atulita Bala, it's a very important word. Before Hanuman was asked to go to Lanka, Vari's son Angada was ready. He said, I will go. Jambavan said, Jao beta. Go, all the best. He gave all this emoticon. But Angada said, I will have the energy to go but not come back. He's like our mobile phone. Towards the end of the day, you will see that he will start showing that red color. Then you have to do your Nitya Karma. Go and charge it. Hanuman's balam is undiminished. So, Atulita Baladhama, incomparable. Whose son is he at the end of the day? Anjali Putra Pavana Sudanama. Anjali Putra, Anjana Devi. He was very attached to his mother. That is why he used to love when people call him Anjaliya, son of Anjana. He is known through his mother. That is why Sanjay called himself Leela Bhansali. His mother's name is Leela. That is why he introduced that name, Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Where did he learn from? Anjaliya. Anjali Putra Pavana Sudanama. How is he? Mahavir. Weight routine. Cardio, dumbbells, Mahavir. Vikrama, triumph, victory. Wherever Hanuman is, there will be victory. Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi. Simple. Class 5. I am telling you from my Bharata's education, you will all be learning much better. Class 5, chapter 2, when we learn about bonding, we will talk about diamond. Diamond is the hardest substance. One more question it used to be. There will be 4 choices, you have to select diamond. FAQ. How do you create diamonds? Through diamonds. If you go to Surat, there is a place where they cut diamonds. It is hard. But to cut a diamond, you need a diamond. There will be a diamond tip and that will cut. So you need a diamond to cut the diamond. How? In the South Indian tradition, there is a delicacy called Porul Vidanga Urundai. Porulanga Urundai. It is from London. It is not easily consumed. You need to break that first. So to break that Porul Vidanga Urundai, you need another so only in this method you can make the same way, Sajatiya Vastu. So to sharpen a diamond, you need a diamond. What is diamond? The hardest substance is called Vajra. Vajra means diamond. So his body was like diamond. Vajra Angi. In Avadhi, Va becomes Va. Vajra Angi, Vajrangi. What did Vajrangi become? Vajrangi Vajra. Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi. Strong body. Not like body. Building strong, basement weak. Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi. Kumati Nivar Sumati Sangi. Kumati, Mati means buddhi. See, generally you prefix a word with ku in Sanskrit if it is very inferior, low quality. Mars. You know Mars? Not a chocolate. Mars. He's in red flag. He is called Angaraka. Angaraka Mashayamyaham Vinata Mangalam Bhumi Kumaram Varam Varam Mangala means Mars. He is red. In Dharma Shastra, it is believed that when Shiva was dancing, Tandavam, between his brows, there was a drop of sweat that fell on Mother Earth. Bhumi is called Ku. Since that drop fell on Mother Earth and that gave rise to another planet, that planet is called Kuja. Mars is called Kuja. But Shastra says that sweat is a sign of poverty. No, you don't tell me now we pay to go to a sauna and sweat. But technically now we say all the toxins will go away. That's fine. But sweat means destitution. Since Mars is born from sweat, which is Daridryam, he is called Kuja. Chela means Vastram. This is Vastram. Vastram is cloth. Cloth is Chela. If you don't have a proper piece of cloth and it has a lot of shreddings, that also is, you buy shredded clothes today. The more it is shredded, it is all the more costlier. But if you have holes in it, it means it is not a good piece of cloth. So the person who wore such poor clothes was called Kuchela. If your mati is not going in the right direction, it is called Kumati. Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi. What is the opposite of Kumati? Sumati. Kanchan Varana Viraj Sudesha. Kanchan Varana is of gold color. Hanuman. Sir, have you seen him? No. Tulsidas has seen. Why did you say? Because I believe Tulsidas. Kanchan Varana is gold color. Viraj Sudesha is well dressed. Hanuman, very particular. He will carry only this. He will wear this brand. Very particular. Very well dressed. Kanchan Varana Viraj Sudesha Kanan Kunchita Kesha, curly hair. Now you have rollers, right? Then that hair, most shampoo advertisements in Bharatadesha, the hair will be done. And the hair will also jump along with it. Right? That is called Chikuram Bahulam in Sanskrit. Hair has to be curly, effervescent, dark, and good smell. Without putting L'Oreal or anything, it should smell good. Kanchan Varana Viraj Subesha Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha. How are his hands? Again, strong. Hath Bajra. Hands are like diamond. Dhvaja Viraje. Oh, you sit on the flag. You remember? 7.5 minutes back I told you Jaya, he sits on the Kapidhvaja. Dhvaja Viraje Kande Munj Jane Musaje. He is wearing Jane. What is Jane? Upavitam. What is Upavitam? Punal. What is Punal? Sacred thread. What is sacred thread? Jane. What do you mean by that? Sacred thread is Jane. Upavitam. Upavitam is a sacred thread. Now comes an important question. Sir, everything is fine. We are all Hanuman fans. Sir. Like how, when I go to the West, they will say, we are all Swifties. That means we are all Taylor Swift fans. So Taylor Swift is a Maharani. She will dance and sing both together. And there are fans for her. Hanuman is also good. He also sings Ramanama. He is also a Swiftie. Because Maruti, there is a brand called Swift. Maruti Swiftie. So he is the original Swiftie. Very wide. Yeah, Swiftie. So, Hath Bajra Dhvaja Viraje Kandhe Munj Jane Musaje. Now question. All this is fine, sir. We believe in Hanuman. But the question is, Hanuman is a monkey. And you say he wore the thread and he spoke in Sanskrit. How is that possible? Correct? You are able to understand the question? Purva Paksham, you are able to understand? That Hanuman is a Vanara, monkey. But he is a Sanskrit speaking monkey. Now humans also don't know to speak. He is Sanskrit speaking. Second, he is wearing Janeyu. Have you ever heard tigers like that? In the Pulikinella, Punal Porta. And the Sikhat Kadukava Punal. Are you able to understand the question? The answer is very simple. Because Vali did Sandhya Vandanam. He is reciting Gayatri Mantram and did Sandhya Vandanam. How do we reconcile? There are two important inscriptions. If you pay attention, you will understand. There is a 9th century Rashtrakuta inscription. And then there is a 12th century Chalukya inscription. Both inscriptions are very important to us. Inscription is what? Is history. That's proper documentation. 9th century Rashtrakuta inscription says that the king, that line is Vali Vamsha Kulodbhava. He came in the lineage of Vali, a king of Rashtrakuta, 1200 years before. He says, I have come in the lineage of Vali. Who is Vali? Vanara. Who is this king? Human. One. Second inscription, you have to pay attention to understand this. 12th century Chalukyan inscription says that this king, Vikramaditya VI, there is an inscription. He comes in the Vali Vamsha. He had a feudatory lord called Dadiga. That's the inscription. Who comes in the Vali Vamsha? Why? Listen. Around Rama's time and before Rama's time, there was a rishi called Jamadagni. He was killed by a Hailaya king called as Kartavirya from Madhya Pradesh. That place is called Maheshwar, where you get Maheshwari silk. Understanding that his father was killed, Parashurama got furious. Krodhagni Jamadagni Pedana Bhavan He took his parachute axe and said, I will kill that person. Took that parachute and beheaded Kartaviriya. He didn't stop there. Parashurama said, I will end up killing any Kshatriya who is against Dharma. He started killing. Some kings were dharmic, they were not killed. Some of them had the promise, they fought him back. They fought back and they lost their lives. Some of them who neither had the promise, what they did, they escaped to the forest and started living like animals in the disguise of monkeys and bears. So the inscription of the 12th century says that those kings who escaped Jamadagni's son Parashurama's wrath and lived like Vanaras were Vali and Sudrima. That is why they did Sandhya Mandalam and they could speak in Sanskrit. That is why Hanuman was Janeyu. Because your children will ask, right? See, there is one generation where you have never asked questions to your parents. Even if you ask, you never get answers. Why won't you? In my house, there is a technical word in Tamil. Nimindambaran. Nobody will question his answer. I love the way you think. It's extremely creative. I respect your freedom to question. There's no traditional houses were democratic. It was autocracy. You have to listen. But now we are living in an era where most children have become repository of questions. Prashna Chakravarti. They all become PhDs in asking questions. Why? So they will ask you, how Hanuman was Janeyu? I have answered your question. That is why you should note this down. If you want audio record also, no problem. I am not Ilayaraja. I will not file cases. No copyright. Kumati Vivar Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchan Marana Viraj Sudesha Kanan Kuldala Kunchita Kesha Hath Vajra or Dhvaja Viraje Kandhe Munj Jane Musaje Shankar Suvar. Some Puranas, Ramayana doesn't say, some Puranas suggest that he could also be Rudramsha, having the power, strength of Rudra. Sir, you are telling his Kesari's son. No, you are telling Rudra's son. Wasn't Harry James Potter's son? As well as had the Horcrux of Voldemort in him. He could speak parcel country. That you don't question Rowling, but you question Valmiki. How is that double speak right? Dogla karna hi acha hai. Shankar Suban Kesari Nandan. Kesari means what? Sweet. Kesari means sweet. What is Kesari? Saffron. Kesari, saffron. Next, Kesari. What is Kesari? What is Kesari? Hanuman's father, what does it mean? Very good, who said that? Kesari means lion. So Hanuman's father was Kesari, Kesari means lion. So lion has birthed Vanara. That is what it means. Kesari means the lion among Vanaras. You're able to get it? See, generally, when Rukmini wrote a love letter to Krishna, she said, Shutva gunan dhuvana sundara shadvata te nirvishya karna vivaraihi harato kartapam rupam drishan drishimatam akhinattalabam tvayachyutaka vishati chittama patrapam me Katva mukunda mahati kulashira rupa vidya vayodravina dhama viratmatulyam Dhira patim puravatina vrinita kanya kale nisimha naratokam manobhiramam he Krishna of Dwaraka. I have been engaged to Shishupala, but I don't wish to marry him. O Krishna of Article 54F through Rakshasagiri, come and marry me and take me. She wrote. So Kesari was the lion amongst Vanaras. Shankar Suvan Kesari Nandan. Erarnda Kandi Yashodai Idam Singam. Son of Yashoda, son of Nandagopa, son of Kesari, son of Anjana. Shankar Subana Kesari Nandan. Tej Pratap. Who's Tej Pratap? Lalus. Tej Pratap Mahajagabandana. Oh, Tej Pratap. Tej Pratap means he has an aura. See, in cinematography, we say, right, this person has screen presence. That means if there are 20 people, even then your eyes will go only towards one person. If you see Hanuman in a portrait, your eyes will go to Hanuman. He's got that photogenic looks. Very charming. Tej Pratap. So what? Automatically people will put their hands together. Mahajagabandana. Is he educated? Vidya. Very educated. How do we know that? Rama says. When Hanuman meets Rama for the first time, Hanuman comes after the interval. Only in Kishkindha Kandam he comes. He sees Rama. Rama has by then, his wife has been abducted. He says, Sita, Sita, Sita. Echo. See, in the 1980s movie, the directors will use this. Rekha, Rekha. Priya. He's shouting, Sita, Sita, where are you, Sita? He is very dejected. He doesn't know the coordinates of Sita's location. He meets Hanuman. Beauty of Hanuman is, he is never judgmental. So you should understand Hanuman. Generally, if one man goes to somebody's house, what will be the next Indian question? We will ask, we will always be concerned about the person who has not come. Why they have not come? As if we are going to solve their problem. Nothing. We will create problems. One person has come. What should be our motto? To welcome that person. You will always ask the person who has not come. What should Hanuman have asked? Ramji Namaste. आपके साथ भाभी नहीं है? He should have asked. Not one question in Kishkindha Kandam he asks where is Sita. Why? Was that he's from boys only school? उनको पता नहीं था कि पत्नी का सत्कार कैसे करनी चाहिए? No. From Rama's dhoti. See, this is dhoti, not ready-made. I'm telling you. Ready-made. Original, that type. Only a married man can wear this. It's called kacham, pancha kacham. Kache, panche na ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವೇ ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. तेलुगु में चुपता रहेंगे रे. पंचा कacham पता है? हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? कच. गुजराती में. What हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं ऐसे? धोती. Dhoti is fine. But you have to wear this. Only a married man is supposed to wear it this way. An unmarried man has to put it like a cylinder. You cannot wear it this way. Only Samavartanam is over, your marriage is over, you can wear this. So looking at Hanuman, Ram's attire, from dhoti, Hanuman knew he was married. That is what is communication skills. See, if you want to be a speaker, public speaker, political speaker, you are presenting in your corporate world, first you have to gauge your audience. First you should know what their body language suggests. You should have an eye contact. Hanuman was a master speaker. You can't even fathom what kind of a speaker he is. You have to read the Ramayana to understand what a speaker he is. He looked at Rama's attire, Panchakacham, that means Rama is married. He looked at Rama's Janayu, it is twofold, 3 plus 3, 6, married. Only a married man is allowed to perform 5 activities in Dharma. You can either cook or do yajna only if you are married. So married men should cook. Note this down. Married men should cook, not can cook, should. So Rama was doing Agnihotram. So he was carrying fire. which means he is married and his wife is living, because a widower cannot perform fire activities. So from his dress, he is married. From fire, his wife is not dead. From the sadness on Rama's face, it indicated that his wife has been kidnapped. So Hanuman did not ask a single question. That is beauty. Very sharp. I can go about Hanuman. That moment, Rama saw for a second and looked at Lakshmana and said, in my life, Lakshmana, I have never seen a speaker like you. Vakyajnaha. Vakyajnaha means he utters every sentence after very well good thinking. We say, right, I by mistake I told you. All this mistake won't come in Hanuman. Every line will be picture perfect. Grammatical error, wrong vocabulary. See, suppose they call me to a marriage, they say, sir, say something nice in Tamil. Ayyo. So, the way you say, see, it is raining outside. You are the anchor person. Oh, it's raining outside, I don't know what we should not say. Varuna has blessed us. Indra, begin with a positive note when you speak. When you wake up in the morning, if something is missing, basmati rice is coming. Today we go and buy basmati. See, there is a way to communicate, right? How do you say? Criticism should also be very positive and constructive. The way you say it, and I have done so well. If you improve this beat, you will be the best. You give negative feedback, you will get negative feedback. Mahavira Vikrama Bajarangi Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchana Varana Viraj Sudesha Kanan Kuldala Kunchita Kesha हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मुंज जने मूसाजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर very intelligent राम काज. See, when he had to give the ring, generally we say Hanuman ji राम मैया को वो अंगूठी प्रदान किया. Which is how they say. That is not the way a Shastranya will speak. If you have read the Shastras, you will not say Ramayya ne isko ye diya. Then you are only Korean delivery boy. Hanuman thought, see, Hanuman is carrying the ring. First of all, what is the art? He has carried it carefully. Had it been Rama given it, he would have lost it. Some people in their entire life will be searching. When they leave the car key, when they leave the... Where? Yesterday I left the book. Where is it? Half their life will go in searching. Hanuman has gone from Bharatadesham to Lanka with the ring. He has not missed that ring. That is important. First lesson, always learn how to keep your objects carefully. He has gone. Now he has to give it to Sita. Take it. No. He look at this Shastram. Generally, a person who gives it this way, and Sita should accept it like this. But in Shastram, this is called Diksha Mudra. Person who seeks alms will seek like this way. In New York, it is called Adhikar Piche. In New York, he will not ask anything. He will write it on the board. I don't have money, give me. So, here Sita has to keep her hands like this. But Shastram has a line. Never ever your parents should seek alms from you. You should never keep them in a position where they plead, give me money. Hanuman was aware she is Jaganmata, Mahalakshmi, and she is going to keep her palms below asking Hanuman throw that ring. No. You know what he did? He kept the ring in his palm and she took it this way. That is Shastra. Ati Chatur, very intelligent. See, in the middle of the night, foreign country, there are security problems everywhere. He was cool. Chill bro. Cool bro. Very cool. Ati Chatur Ram Kaj Karibe Ko Matur. Why did he become so learned? Always he was engaged in Ramanama. Prabhu Charitra Suni Devo Rasiya. How did he celebrate Rama? With this brother, Rama Lakshmana Sita Manabasiya. Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. This is one unique aspect in Hanuman. He had mastered Ashtama Siddhi. Ramayana says Ashtama Siddhi. He can suddenly become small, suddenly become large. Sir, I think this is illogical. I don't know how can a person become extremely small and large. When it defies logic, it means bhakti. Certain things, if you keep on researching, you cannot get an answer. Either you believe or don't believe. That's it. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dekhava. Sita saw the size of a lily put he became. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi. Sita, hello? Hanuman? He was that short, like Gulliver Travels. Lily put, little boy. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dekhava. Vikota Rupa Dhari Rank Jarava. Later, when they spotted that Hanuman was the one communicating to Sita, Ravana said, light his tail on fire. So all the clothes, whatever was available on Amazon was tied on his tail, dipped in ghee, and they lit fire. Hanuman was a social media person. Whatever fire he got, he shared. In that also there is a dharma. He spared the houses of dharmic people, aged people, pregnant women and little children. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dekhava. Vikota Rupa Dhari Ranka Jarava. Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Samhari. Bhima Rupa, large form he took. He was like Hagrid. Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Samhari. Ramachandra Ke Kaj Savare. See, a puny person acting humble is acceptable. Imagine he's like a big giant. He puts his hands like this and stands like this. That itself, see, can you ever imagine elephant being shy? Just think for a moment. How will the elephant be shy? It is already huge. 3,000 kgs. Now it has to put its head down and put its leg and drop rangoli on the floor. Imagine that elephant. Now Hanuman is that huge. But before Rama, he stands with humility. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dekhava. Vikota Rupa Dhari Ranka Jarava. Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Samhari. Ramachandra Ke Kaj Savare. Now, when Lakshmana fainted, 3 times he faints. His BP is very low. 3 times he fainted in Yuddha. That is when Sushena, Tara's father, initially Vali's father-in-law, then later Sugriva's father-in-law, because Vali's wife Tara remarried Sugriva. So Sushena is the father-in-law. He said, to bring them back to consciousness, you need 4 herbs. Where are they found? In Kailasha. Where is Kailasha? You have to get Chinese visa. It is there, not a Hanuman is in Lanka. And they gave him all technical names. Chlorophytes and Bolivianos. As per the Hanuman is new to botany. See, if one person is new to cooking, they can't differentiate between tur dal, urad dal, moong dal. Every dal will look the same. Only if you're used to cooking, you will know which is which dal. Everything will look the same. In spinach itself, there are various varieties. Palak. ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಬಕ್ಕಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ದಂಟಿನ ಸೊಪ್ಪು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ತಮಿಳ ಮೊಳಕೀರೆ, ಸಿರಿಕೀರೆ, ಪುನ್ನಾಂಗನಿ ಕೀರೆ. In Andhra they make one soup. It's called gomura chutney. It is like moksha. If you look at any Andhra house, you see gomura. Moksha muddandi. These are all different leaves. Now Hanuman has been asked to fetch 4 leaves. Santanakarani, Vishalyakarani, Mrigasanjeevani, Sandhani. He said, okay, and he left. When he went to Kailasha, he found all leaves were looking the same. So he thought, I don't know which one to take. Let me take the hill itself. Like Anjarai Petti, let them choose. रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए. He brought back Lakshmana to life. लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए. This brought happiness to Rama. See, he is very intelligent. He knows how to impress Rama. If he says, Rama, yan thadaiva, that won't impress. Hanuman is not yet come to Tamil Nadu politics. He is not impressed with it. Rama is impressed only when you praise Lakshmana. Hanuman knew how to touch Rama's heart. Laya sajivan lakhan jiyaye. Result. Shri Raghuveer Harashi Urdaye. Raghupati ki bahut badai. Tum mama priya bharat samavai. You know what Rama said in Temple-Vasudhaiva? Hanuman, you are as dear to me as what Bharata is. See, many houses I go, every year 250 lectures I give. When I go, some of them will say, hey, you are just like my son. I said, give me your problem. You be like your son? Like, no, just for looking. But Rama said, you are like my brother. Tuma mama priya bharat samabhai. Who praises Hanuman? Such a talented person. Somebody has to praise him. Generally, when you publish book, you say, it's a thrilling read, New York Times. It is very good. Sunday Guardian. Sunday Guardian. Sunday Guardian. Daily Mail. What do you say? Now, who has praised Hanuman? Sahas Badan. Sahasa is Sahasra. See, in Sanskritam it is Sahasra. In Avadhi it is Sahas. Vadana is face. 1,000 face. Who's 1,000 face? Adisesha. Sahasa Vadana. See, generally when you are working, somebody keeps asking you something. It's a very colloquial thing in Tamil to say, or in English, or even in Bharati Bhasha to say, I have only 2 hands. Have you heard people say this? 2 ही हाथ है मेरे पास, कितना काम करवाते हैं आप? So if you praise Hanuman, his greatness is so much that one face doesn't suffice. You need 1,000. Sahasa Vadana. 1,000 wounded Adisesha. Who is Adisesha in the Ramayana? Lakshmana. That is why after Lakshmana he says Sahasa Vadana. Tumaro Yash Gabe. Yash Gabe is Yash Gana. Fame singing. Who is Yash? KGF. Not that Yash. This is Yash's fame. Sahas Vadana Tumaro Yash Gabe. Asgahi Shripati Kantharagabe. When Hanuman reached Kishkinda, there is Kishkinda, Hampi, there is Hampi, Karnataka. So, now we are Kannadadalli ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ Hanuman is originally from Karnataka. ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಕಣವರು. ಏನು ಗುರು? ಕನ್ನಡ ಏನು ಗುರು? Our guru is from Karnataka. ನೀರು ದೋಸೆ, ವೀಣಾ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸು, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ. So Hanuman is from Karnataka. Rama is waiting when Hanuman will come and say, I will see that. If I had been in Hanuman's place, very tough shoes to fill. Let me think with my weight I fill. What I would have done, Rama? It was a very interesting sojourn. I began from India. I just crossed the waters. And then as I crossed 3 obstacles, I just reached the geography of Lanka. It was midnight, it was raining, and it was eclipse. And as I entered Lanka, I just whispered when Govardhan to be seated. I will go on for half an hour. Rama will get tired by it. Hanuman did not describe his journey. He just said 2 magical words. Saw Sita. What is relevant? Contain Sita, Drishta Sita. A good speaker is not the one who keeps on talking like you get bored. But feel that boredom after 15 minutes, I'll finish. Then you can leave. Even I'll finish. Good speaker, an able communicator is the one who doesn't keep on rambling. A person who knows what to communicate then is a good speaker. Hanuman did not say, I went here, I went there, what, nothing. Saw Sita, contained Sita, Drishta Sita. Even in that sentence, he chose to put the verb first and the predicate later. He could have said, right, Sita! Yes, Hanuman was not seen. Right? You can say it that way also, right? You ask your son to go search for the car keys, he will come outside. Mom, car keys! Oh, you got it? No. As usual, the answer will be no. Because some people are not multifaceted. They will search, if you say go search in the hall, they will search only in the hall. You talk to Ashadam. That is why we were not sent to Lanka. If we were sent, we would have spotted some other lady. Given the ring to her. Then only we will later realize it is not Sita. See, why Hanuman is Hanuman and we are not Hanuman is Hanuman does verification. When he talks to Sita, you should see the conversation. He will double check in this is Rama Patni. Now we ask like security question. In passwords they will ask, who is your first pet? To raise ourselves itself is a big issue. Where will we raise pet? But that will ask, so many of them will put their husband's name. Pet. So, Hanuman comes and meets Rama and says, saw Sita. It's beautiful composition in Tamil.
தனிது தன் உயிர் தன்னை தாண்டிட மகராசி சாரும் போதே காணும் சமய மீந்தேவாசி இனி தாமதம் செய்ய ஆகாரிட பேசி ராமா 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 என்றெதிர் பேசி கண்டேன் 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 சீதையை கண்டேன்.
The way he communicated, saw Sita. He has done a very great task. Rama calls him, Hanuman, udhara. Immediately media speculation. कुछ तो देने वाले हैं. तो थामी नहीं है कि क्या देने वाले हैं. अगले इलेक्शन में तो सीट मिल जाएगा. मुझे पता है और हम भी बोले थे. You know what Rama did? He said, Hanuman, I have nothing with me to offer. Even if I had Ayodhya with me, gifting Ayodhya is no comparison to what you have done. Hanuman come here and he embraced Apar, Paravavar, Parikha, Parivrita, Parapura, Parasita, Dhavanagana, Javana, Pavana, Bhava, Kapibara, Parishwanga, Bhavika, Sarvasvadana. Other monkeys है, लेरो, hugging है, For Hanuman, he had Bashpavari Paripurna Dochanam. He said, what more do I need? Sahas badan tumaro yash gabe, asakahi Shripati kanta lagabe, sanakadik brahmadi munisa, narad sarad sahit ahisa. Ahi means snake. Ahisa means Adisesha. Sharada Saraswati. Narad son Narada. Mother Sharada. Narad sarad sahit ahisa. Yam kuber digpal jahate. Poets were falling short of words to describe Hanuman. Kavi ko vid kai sakai kahane tum upkar sugriva kiga Ram milay rajpad dina Ram Lakshmana Janaki Jai bolo Hanuman ki Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana. Vibhishana is a great character. How many of you don't speak Malayalam, Tamil, Konkani, Tulu, Telugu and Kannada? You should not speak any of these languages. How many of you fall outside that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have an earnest request. Somehow, I don't know, it has come into colloquial usage that if you are a traitor, you are a Vibhishana. In general parlance, when I go, I speak in a few Hindi channels and somehow not able to change. Vibhishana is a great devotee. He is not a traitor. Oh, kyun Ravan ko chhod ke aaye? If your brother is in me too, who will live with that man? Character is poor. Just because he is blood same blood in the flesh. If your character is loose, you will never support that person. So Vibhishana did the right thing. What you would have done? His character was that sword. Vibhishana deserted him. The right thing to do. If your family member is doing an adharmic thing, you have to question and leave. If one Maran is bad, the other Maran also becomes bad. 300 telephone lines are wrong. So if you, Vibhishana is a great devotee. Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana. Hanuman selection. Hanuman was the first consulting, strategic consulting, boutique consulting firm. So his first client was Vibhishana. Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana. Mantra doesn't mean mantra. Mantra means here advice. Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana. Lankeshwar bhai sab jan jana. Nobody had the audacity to go question Ravana. Very powerful man. Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana Lankeshwar bhai sab jan jana yug sahasra yojana par bhanu. This is a very respected line because it talks about a certain astronomical calculation is what the commentators state. We have Gaurava Naghava Nyayam in Sanskrit. Small objects go around the bigger ones. Guru is sun, Laghu is earth. Earth goes around the sun. But it does 3 movements. One is rotation, Swapradakshina. Second is revolution, Purna Pradakshinam. Third is wobbling. The earth will go this way and that way. That is why alongside that it is tilted at 23.5. So when it goes around the sun, it's an ecliptic path. So in certain places you get major axis, certain place minor axis. So we need to decide and determine what is the distance between the sun and the earth. He says Yuga Sahasra Yojana Para Bhanu. As per Vishnu Puranam, Yuga is 12,000. Sahasra is 1,000. 12,000 into 1,000. Sahasra Yojana into 8 because 8 miles. Para Bhanu, you will get 96 million. 96 million is the distance between the earth and the sun in the minor axis in an ecliptic path. Why does sun's distance come? Because Hanuman thought the rising sun to be a fruit. See, in Dakshina Bharatam, those of you who know, we are all big fans of curd rice. So when I studied in Rajasthan for 4 years, the mess person was astonished because I used to ask for rice. and curd. He said, what are you going to do with both? I said, I'm going to mix. Can curd mix with rice? He said, that is like moksha. Like wherever you eat, you have lasagna, nacho, but you come home, you want to have curd rice. That is moksha. You see Narayana within it. You know, I will give you a best combination. Good curd rice with mango. You taste it. You will get Mexico mango, then you will lose interest in mango. You should get Banganapalli. It should have ripened naturally without acetylene gas. You should slice it and take the pericarp. When you see the mango, your HbA1c should be 9.5. It should be so sweet. When you eat it, you will be near Narayana. So with that curd rice, you should have mango. Try this combination next time. Hanuman was to be fed with curd rice. Yes, sir. He is from Karnataka. Mango, in those days, I am sure you know, mangoes will come only in summer. Now you get every fruit in every season. So he wanted the fruit. Anjana Devi, his mother said, Siglilla. No. Gulli there Guttilla. So he, without Guttilla, she said Guttilla. He looked at the rising sun. Rising sun has a little tinge of red. That red is called Arunava. And it is called by a certain name called Sindhura. That is why there is a variety in mango. If you have heard of it, you know what is it? Sindhura. That is why in Lalita Sahasranam it begins in Dhyanam. Sindhuraruna vigraham trinayanam Manikamauli spuratu taranayaka shekhara smitamukhim apina ukshoruham. So Sindhura, he looked at the rising sun and he thought that the sun is the fruit. He started jumping towards it. As he was rushing towards it, it is said that thunderbolt struck and he fell. So he had to go from earth towards the sun, right? So he says, Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parabhanu. So Tulasidas gives you the distance. Why did Hanuman go there? Lilyu tahi madhur phal janu. Because he mistook the fruit, sun to be a fruit. Who says this? Annavacharya says, Balaka bimbamu phalamani batina alari chetana Hanumanta Dunari Brahma Dunache Varamulu Uriche Konina Hanumanta Balarka Bimbamu Phalamani Batti. Balarka Bimbamu. Arkaha ante Suryudu. Arkaha means sun. Kona means angle. Since the rays of the sun fall in a certain angle, it is called Kona or Konark. So Balarka means young sun. Phalamani Batti. He thought that young sun to be a fruit. Balarka bimbamu phalamani batti. Adari chetala Hanumanta Yuga Sahasriyo Jan Parvano Nilyo Tari Madhur Padjano Prabhu Mudrika Meri Mukhmahi. He took that Mudrika carefully because it was written Rama Ramanamankhitam Chedam Datta Devi Anguliyakam, says Valmiki. It was inscribed Rama. Did we have that practice, you know? 20 years before in most marriages, they will give steel vessels. When they give, they will always do tinkering. On that vessel, they will write the initial of the lady. M.R. P.R. Because if somebody else takes that vessel, so they should know. That is why in those days they say, "Inna the tumbler and the V.R." So this ring was written Rama, in the middle. You had that in engagement, they will buy one ring. It will be written S. Because the boy will be called Swagat. S. Have you seen that? Now we have gone to a different level. The girl and the boy know each other, not for months but for years. Both of them will go and buy the solitaire. But the girl should be surprised when he presents it. Both of them would have gone tested. But when he presents, then he will do Purna Sharanagati. He will say, oh, this. Then 10 people have to play the violin. Wherever there is water, your country there is only water. So wherever there is water, you have to play the violin. She will be surprised. Then she has to give it. 2 days before they got it. And today she is surprised. So here the ring has to be given to Sita. Prabhu Mudrika Meri Mukh Mahi. Janadhi Samudra. Janadhi Nandhi Gaye Acharajnahi. Acharajnahi. So he was not bothered, not perturbed. Durgam Kaj Jagat Ke Jete. Durgam Kaj. Nobody could do that. Impossible he made possible. This was mission impossible. Made possible. Durgam Kaj Jagat Ke Jete. Sugam Anugrah Tumhare Tete. Without your grace, what will we do? Ram Duare. Duare is Dware. In Sanskritam it is Dwara. In Agadhi it is Duare. That is how you split, because Sanskrit is a very perfected language. Kratuhara Shikhari Kantuka Vihutyumuka Jagati Rutuka Jitahari Danti Danta Dantu Rota Dasha Badhana Damana Kushana Dasha Shata Muja Muka Rimadikuna Rudhira Jarabharita Krututara Kataka Tarpita Pitrika Brumati Sugati Vihati Karanata Parudi Shupariga. So when we are trained in Sanskritam, our tongue has to roll. Betty water that was bitter, so she put some better matter into the bitter matter, so she put bitter matter. Here you have dha, ka, pa, dha. If you are sitting opposite me and I am reciting Sanskrit, you will be drenched. Prabhu Mudrika Meri Mukhamani Jaladhinam Digaye Acharajnahi Durgam Kaji. Mission impossible. Jagat ke jete Sugam Anugrah Tumare Dede Ram Duare Tum Rakhware सब सुख है तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना. Why should I worry when you are there? See, whenever you are in a problem in your personal life or professional life, wherever, it is in you that you have to invoke Bhagavan. Do you think 50 years back, 100 years back, our ancestors had no problems? They would have had more problems. But today, for minor things, we go for counseling, therapy. I am not against it. What I am trying to say is, when you keep meditating on Hanuman, he is your biggest therapist. Somehow, we want an external person to validate. But we don't want to value Hanuman who is within us. He is within you. He will give you the therapy. Think of Hanuman, you will feel motivated. 30 years back, depression used to come only in Bay of Bengal. When they read the news, towards the end they will say there was a depression in the Bay of Bengal. Every other house, little children are depressed. Why? We heard your lecture yesterday. I said, understandable. So, you should bring that energy. See, Hanuman Chalisa, or Hanuman for that matter, is about what you see Hanuman within you. You see him only in that idol. मैंने भजन कर दिया. See Hanuman within you. Like how Hanuman saw Rama and Sita within him, we have to see Hanuman within us. Whatever challenges we face in our personal life, professional front, you will feel that motivation. And again, I am not ridiculing any therapy, psychology, nothing. That they are all well qualified, they are doing their job. But my point is, if you don't give it an attempt, when you don't want to see the Hanuman within you, then nobody can help. 3 days, 2 days, motivation session, 99 only will not serve any purpose. If you can't see Hanuman within you. So, this is the second part, since I have to travel to the UK. And I have a long journey. I'll just complete the rest of Hanuman Chalisa. प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरी मुख माही जलधिला धिगय अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे ओतना आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक, काहू को डरना, आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोग हाँकते कांपे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे. Bhuta Pishach means you will not have mental agony. Now Bhuta Pishach, now don't think it will come in a big form, the one who is not to be named. All that will not come. Okay, Bhuta Pishach is our own thoughts. Some of us, we are very negative. What if the volcano erupts? What if the lava flows? What if it comes near my house? Then die. If it has to come, if you have to die, you have to die. But your existence should always be positive about what I will do tomorrow, rather than worrying about what will happen every day. One day we have to die. Before that, what we are, that is all the questions. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम भजन ध्यान जो गावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी. Beautiful lines. I don't know, since I lack time, I am not able to explain. Tapasvi Raja. It's a beautiful word. Tapasvi Raja. See, okay, I don't have time, I am not able to explain. Tapasvi Raja, Tinke Kaaj Sakal Tum Saja. How he uses, see, how can a Tapasvi be Raja? If you are a Tapasvi, how can you be a Raja? If you are a Raja, you can later become a Tapasvi. You cannot be a Tapasvi Raja. You can be a Vasul Raja. Not Tapasvi Raja. But why does Tulsidas use that? I have spoken somewhere in the YouTube, you can check. तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है, सिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रघुवर रघुपति के दासा, अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता. See the conversation what Hanuman has with Sita, it comes in about 4 sargas in Sundarakaand. How he talks to Sita. What intelligent way of life, because Sita was very worried, because earlier one person came as a sannyasi and he abducted her. So she is very careful while talking to Hanuman. She was worried, what if this person takes me to another island? Already I come from Bharatadesham to Lanka, now I may go to Mauritius or Seychelles, we don't know. So what proof does she have that this man is good? He keeps telling me, Ram, Guru, Ram. How they converse, how she asks questions and how he answers them. So now, Hanuman is a phenomenon. We are all attached to Hanuman is one thing. Why? People will say, I like his power, I like his tail, I like his... That is not his intelligence. Sharp intelligence. What to speak, whom to speak. Last part. अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रघुवर रघुपति के दासा, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के बिसरावे, अंतकाल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन हरि भक्त गाई, और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई, संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बल बीरा. Now he concludes. See, for Chalisa, this is the place where it concludes, because he begins with Jaya, Jaya Hanuman. Here he concludes, Jaya 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 Hanuman Gosai, Kripa Karam Guru Dev Nai. So here he concludes. Now he gives you the Parashruti. Parashruti is fruit of reciting this. Jo Shatubar Path Kar Koi. Whoever recites this 100 times. Now many of them will ask, sir, if we recite, we should recite only 100 times, no, once is enough. He says, one day if you have time to say, Jo Shatbar Paat Kar Koi, Chut Hi Bandi Mahasukh Koi. They will all be happy. Jo Pade Hanuman Chalisa. Whoever reads this Hanuman Chalisa, Hoy Siddhi Sakhi Gaurisa. Gauri's husband. Who is Gauri's husband? Gauri's husband is Shiva. Shiva will be impressed with you. Jo Shatbar Paat Kar Koi, Chut Hi Bandi Mahasukh Koi, Jo Pade Hanuman Chalisa, Hoy Siddhi Sakhi Gaurisa, Tulsi Das Sada Hari Chera. See, in the south we generally add a lot of la. Valli Vivahakaranasya Guru Pujitase Kali Kalamalini. In Sanskritam there is no la. There is only la. There is Kali. It is Valli. Later Sanskritam imported la and then made it Valli. So here he says Tulsidas. It's not Tulasidas. Tulsidas Sada Hari Chera. This Tulsidas will always keep thinking of Hari, because in Ramcharitmanas, when Hanuman was searching for the houses, he saw Tulsi outside Vibhishana's house. This is not there in Valmiki Ramayana. Tulsidas states, Ki Jai Nath Hridaya Mani Dera. Now he gives a Phala Padya. Pavana Tanaya Sankat Harana Mangala Murati Roop, because he spent a lot of time in Varanasi. Varanasi is also called Kashi. Kashi is also called Benares. You know, you get brocade, Banarasi brocade, Banarasi pawn. Right? Kashi is the Purana name. Ninye Vanyeva Kashi Davashiki Jatila Kashi, Benares. There are two tributaries of Ganga. One is called Varuna. The other is called Asi. When Varuna and Asi meet, that place is called Varanasi. Muthuswami Dikshita says, Gange Mapaki Girisha Shire Sthite Gambhira Gaye Sangeeta Vadya Priye Angajata Mude Asi Varuna Madhye Varanasi. In Varanasi, you know there is a Hanuman temple. What is it called? Very good. Sankat Mochan. That is why he says Pavana Tanaya Sankata Harana Mangala Murati Roop. After he was released from the prison by Akbar, he came to Sankat Mochan. Pavana Tanaya Sankata Harana Mangala Murati Roop. Ram Lakhan Sita Sahit Hridaya Basahu Suru. Whoever thinks of Hanuman, in Hanuman's heart, if you take, what will you see? Iota, pulmonary vein. No. Sita, Rama, Lakshmana, you will see them. So if you want to impress Rama, you have to sing about Hanuman. If you want to impress Hanuman, sing about Rama. So, in some of my tours when I go, I just finish in 2 minutes. Some of my tours I go, I take 150 people, there will be 4 Srinivasans. 4 men will be called Srinivasa. If I say Srinivasa, nobody will answer. Then what I do is, Maitri Odeya husband. If I say Maitri's husband, then that Mama will come. Mama is so proud in recognizing himself as Maitri's husband, more than Srinivasa. Maitri Adhikarama, Srinivasa Similarly, Hanuman likes to be recognized himself as Rama Bhakta. That is why he says Rama Lakhan Sita Sahit Hridaya Basahu Suru. So he is present. To be very honest, last 15 verses I could not explain in detail. Generally my lectures are around 2 hours 40 minutes, 2 hours 45 minutes without drinking water and speak. Like this 250 lectures a year. This is how the Paddhati is. but you have all stayed so patiently. But given my flight timings, which they won't alter for me, I'm not that big. So I have to reach the airport, so the organizers are very worried. They kept on showing me symbols. So I have to respect and honor their thoughts because they want me to reach UK. Because tomorrow morning I've got a lecture, evening I've got a program. So I am sure Netherlands has treated me with such love. I felt so much at home. I'm from Bangalore. The only thing that I missed was the vehicle was moving here. So that part I missed Bangalore very deeply. Otherwise, I felt so much at home. My city also has a great weather like this. So I do come from that city and felt so much at home. I have to thank SVK for the last 2 years they have been following for this lecture. They have personally met me in different places to have this lecture. But somehow, only when Bhagavan decides we can have that lecture. I'm extremely thankful to all the volunteers. I do not want to name one and leave one. The entire Goshti of Astikas and SVK. It's a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in reality. So, stick thing. Is my pronunciation right?
Correct.
Stick
Stick
thing. See, I've given that. Now, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, I'm extremely thankful to all the Astikas. They've all coordinated so much. I was telling them this morning also. I realized that moksha is the toughest to get. Tougher than moksha is Schengen visa. Somehow they helped me in getting the Schengen visa and I keep it. So I have to keep the government assured and going back. I have no plans to stay and work here. So thankful to all the Astikas of this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam family. They're humble, noble and very sincere attempt that there should be a cultural center, there should be a religious center for all the Astikas of different communities to gather to a beautiful temple should fructify through Acharya's grace. I'm extremely thankful to Kritika, her husband, the family for hosting me for this period and treating me as their family member. I'm very thankful to them and thankful to all of you. See, given that we are in a very quick era of Insta Reels, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, to sit for 2 hours of lecture when you have nothing visually attractive. Right? Anushka is there, Prabhas is there, Ranveer is there, Kiran is there. They are all very good looking. You have to keep on seeing me for 2 hours. It's a punishment. Yet you all patiently listen because your only objective was to listen to Hanuman. That is our purpose. We are not here to celebrate anything else, only Hanuman. Hanuman is such a loved member of our family. He is not somewhere else. Hanuman is from our family. He is with us. May that Hanuman bless this beautiful Desha of Netherlands with prosperity. May he bless with Acharyas. He himself is an Acharya. Dharpoditra Dashendriya Namanaha Hanumat Samena Guruna says Vedanta Deshika. His Acharya himself. May that Acharya Shri Hanuman Anjaneya Swami Pavanaputra Hanuman Kesari Nandan Anjanasana Anjaneya Sundara bless this land and all its residents with prosperity and may bhakti rise in our lives so that we all become pracharakas of our own dharma, feeling proud about what we have bequeathed without any coyness in our eyes nor in our tone. Being unapologetic about your dharma is an extremely important characteristic of your dharma. And may Bhagavan bless us with that jnana and bhakti. With this I conclude. Pavamana Sutudu Pattu Padara Vindamulaku Neenama Rupamulaku Nitya Jaya Mangalam Rajiva Nayana Tyagaraja Vinutamaina Neenama Rupamulaku Nitya Jaya Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलाशासनपरे महाचार्य पुरोगमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मङ्गलम् जानकीकान्तस्मरणम्
जय जय राम राम
energy. Jai Jai Rama Rama, say it aloud. Don't see what your neighbor is saying, how loud they are saying. For Nama Sankirtanam, if you have shyness, you can never proceed. Janaki Kanta Smaranam
जय जय राम राम
Gopika Jeevana Smaranam.
गोविंदा गोविंदा.
Thank you. I wish I had spent more time for the lecture and taking pictures with many of you or signing your books. Given that I have very little time now, I have to proceed to the airport. But I assure by Bhagavan's grace, some other time I should be coming to Netherlands again and speaking in the front of all of you with some relaxed time so that I get to speak for 2.5 hours. 1.5 hours I feel like a breather. Namaskar. I think now there will be 2 questions quickly asked, question answer session. So we will, if I know the answers, I will answer. Then those of you who wish to go can. Yeah, you get to relax.
Dhanyavad Shri Swami, we are able to enjoy such a divine lecture on Hanumanji, and I think everybody enjoyed the lecture, and maybe for our Mandabuddhi we are 1% wiser. So we would like to show our Kritagnyata by again giving you a big round of applause. Swami mentioned that he is still not finished, so that means he is going to come back again. That is how I see this. And with Perumal Kataksham, I hope it happens soon so that we can hear lots more. And I will start with first question. I am asking on behalf of you. Praveen Pakala has asked this. Dear Swami, I have a curious question on the structure of Hanuman Chalisa. With great respect to Shri Tulsidas ji, I always believe and I am convinced that Tulsidas ji would have a pattern in mind in sequencing the chaupais of Hanuman Chalisa. So, how do you explain this one?
So I think I've kind of answered this in my lecture. Composed by Goswami Tulsidas for his bhakti to Hanuman, he composed it in Avadhi. The format is the dohas and the chaupai. Generally, when we do a recitation, we go in a certain paddhati. The first 15 to 16 chaupais describe Hanuman's beauty, Kanchana Varana, Kunjita Kesha. It is all about Hanuman's description. Then the next set of dohas are about Hanuman's greatness as envisioned in the Ramayana. The last set of dohas are about understanding what benefit will I get if I think of Hanuman. Bhut Pishach Nikat Nahi Aave. See, if you take any, moisturizer, then first they will tell you ingredients. What are all there in that? If you take Head and Shoulders, it will be zinc pyrotheon, something, coal tar solution, salicylic acid. Then it will tell you how to use it. It will say apply to your scalp, wet it for some time, keep it for 5 minutes and wash. Then it will tell you the effect. Then you will be shining like diamond. Similarly, Hanuman Chalisa describes about Hanuman, who has praised Hanuman, the testimonials he has received. What will I get if I recite Hanuman Chalisa? And what is the Palashri? This is the format of Hanuman Chalisa. That is how towards the end he will say, recite 100 times, Shiva will bless you, she will bless you, he will bless you. Before that he will say, who are praised Hanuman? Nar and Sar and Sahita Isha. Before that, so this is a format, that's all. Over and beyond that, it may not get to the depth of a Vishnu Sahasranam. Vishnu Sahasranam is a Shastra Grantha. It may not reach that level of depth, but given the constraints, he wrote within a jail crevices. Imagine, this was not written in some by the banks of River Thames, nothing. It was written within the jail. What Tulsidas has achieved within that short span of time is a wonder. Next to that Leaning Tower of Pisa, this is the wonder. Next question.
So this is from Shri Rajesh Ji. Hanuman made a leap to cross the ocean millennia ago. I consider that the events which transpired thereafter resulted in greater good, like conquest of good over evil. Yet I have heard some of our family members claim we should not cross the ocean for purposes of education or job. I think this is unavoidable in the modern world. So can you let us know what is the deeper meaning in this?
See, I am talking from a Shastra's perspective. Forget Hanuman for some time, because not every one of us is Hanuman who can jump, climb, leap. What is that? Levitate. We cannot do all that. We are normal human beings. Even if we walk on the floor, we will fall. We are that kind of weak bodies. Earlier days, the Acharyas were not very for traveling to foreign countries, especially crossing the waters. Waters means ocean. Because they believed that one's orthodoxy, which is achara karma, which is shaucham. Shuchi means hygiene. Shaucham is hygienic. It will come down. Why? Because Chandogya Upanishad says, Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhau dhruvasmritihi. Only if your intake is good and hygienic, you will remember better. Now we have cloud, this and that. In those days, you have to rely on your brain, your memory power. For memory, you have to consume the right food. It was believed that outside the tropical region of Bharatadesham, to get what you can consume was not easy. You won't believe. Traditionally, even Kerala didn't have consumable vegetables. It will have only certain vegetables they will import because it is a Malak Pradesham, mountainous region. Now you get everything everywhere. That is a different thing. So one, you won't get ingredients. Second, how will you travel? Now flight, earlier ship. In the ships, traditionally, if you excrete, that excreta will stay within the ship for some time. So that was not regarded as something very hygienic. Because you have to discard excreta at that moment. When it stays in the, then that is ashaucham. It will come to you. Third, there were various reasons. In the traditional days, they will consume water from jugs made of dog skin. So all this will bring the shaucham down. And let's take, I'm not giving example of only Netherlands, a lot of countries in the Europe, as we go Scandinavian upwards. You won't have a general pattern of sunrise and sunset. In certain months, you'll never see the sun. Even if the sun is there, it will come late and then go early. Correct? So this regular pattern of Sandhya Vandanam will get affected. So all this was there in the Rishi's mind. That is why they say don't cross the seas. Main reason. There is another reason. It is believed in certain parts of Vishnu Purana that it is a karma bhumi. So some parts of karma may not give you the fruits outside that land. That's another belief. But there is a counter argument. When Bhagavan came as Vamana and grew up as Trivikrama, he measured the worlds. Did he measure only Greater Kailash and Noida? He measured even Netherlands, right? So Bhagavan's foot has touched the entire earth. That means the entire Bhumi has been sanctified by his earth. So the counter view is the entire Bhumi is Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. So I have crossed the seas. Traditional Upanyasakas don't do that. But I had to cross the seas because there is another aspect. Astikas of the Hindu Dharma are found everywhere. If I go to Antarctica, there will be one Indian association there. Arctic, there will be there. So, in Dallas or San Francisco, when I give a lecture on a weekday, Wednesday, 1,300 people come. Weekday, Wednesday, not even Saturday. So, Astikas are there everywhere. So, it is important for Dharma Pracharam to happen. Somebody asked me, are you coming to convert? I said, yes. Who? Hindus as Hindus. To convert Hindus itself is so big task because half of us, we may not have access to scriptures. So that is why we have crossed. So answer to your question is, yes, there were reasons for not crossing the seas. Why did Hanuman cross? See, for certain people, they are outside rules. There will always be an exception to a general rule. Hanuman is that exception. So we don't have to worry about how Hanuman crossed. We are not Hanuman. First we have to decide that we are not Hanuman. We are normal people. We have crossed. But when I go to, this is my 27th country, wherever I have travelled, Astikas of Hindu Dharma are doing the best they can. So outside Bharata Desham also you can lead a very dharmic life. In fact, you can lead a better dharmic life. That much I can lead. You don't have to fight the politicians. We are fighting in TV debates. We have such kind of great Budhaspatis in Bharata Desham. So that you don't have to deal with. People leave you to the way you want to live. That is, they don't have to encourage. If they leave you, you will live your own dharmic way of life. So that way Netherlands is such a beautiful country. So, for now, let us assume that things are changing, things will change, temples are coming up these days, so this will also become a dharmic center. So it is in Astikas like you to make this a dharmic land, it will become a dharmic land. It is a dharmic land, it will become more dharmic. I will leave it.
We have time for one last question from very curious mind. So the rest of the questions will be answered by Swamiji via social media or some other platform. One last question.
Jay Chandra. நீங்க சொன்னீங்களே யாராவது ஹனுமான் சாலிசா அது படிச்சா அதுல நீங்க சொன்னீங்களே
His question is, towards the end of Hanuman Chalisa, Tulsidas suggests, Sakhi Gaurisa. If you recite Hanuman Chalisa, Shiva blesses. It's a very important, subtle point here. Towards the end of Yuddha Kandam, there is a line, Atra Purvam Mahadeva Prasadam Akarot Prabhu. In the Smarta tradition, it is believed that Shiva and Rama respect each other. In Kashi Kshetram, Benares, I was talking about Varanasi, right? In one of the Bhujanga Stotras, the Acharya says that if somebody is dying in Kashi, see in Shaiva Matam, Shiva's grace can be obtained in different ways. I come from Shri Vaishnavite tradition. In Shaiva Matam, there is a belief. If you think of Arunachaleshwara, Tiruvannamalai, you get moksham. Smaranat Kaivalyam. Similarly, in Kashi, it is believed if you die in Kashi, you will get moksha. That is why many people in their old days, they will go to Kashi in those days. And they used to die. It is believed to the dying person, Shiva will hold his Trishulam and keep walking in the crematorium. Wherever they do Dahana Karya. And he will go to the dying person in his right ear, he will do Ramanama Japam. It is a belief. It comes in Bhujanga Stotram. That is why Rama, when Parvati asked what is the essence of Sahasranamam, Shiva only said Rama Rama Ramedi. That is why Rama mantrava japiso says Purandaradasa. A mantra ee mantra heladini kedabeda. Somashekara tanna bhavi vediva mantra. Somashekara Shiva. Shiva is given Rama mantra. So Kashi talks about Rama and Shiva's connection. Till now you have understood. Rama likes Shiva. Shiva likes Rama. Their connection is in Kashi. I told you towards the end, Tulsidas was from Kashi. So Vishwanatha will like the person who sings about the person whom he likes. Vishwanatha is Shiva, he likes Rama. So if you sing about Rama, what will happen? Shiva will like. Now extend this. In maths, it's called extrapolation. What is that extrapolation? You sing about Hanuman. Who does Hanuman have within him? Rama. Who is liked by Rama? Shiva. So if you sing Hanuman Chalisa about Hanuman who has Rama within him, Shiva will bless. That is why it is said, Sakhi Gaurisa. Gauri's husband will be happy when Hanuman Chalisa is being sung. Clear?
Swami Deepa ji would like to get your blessings. Thank you. We have one last announcement. We have a very big important event coming, Swami. October 25th, we are having a Srinivasa Kalyanotsavam. Would you like to request everybody to please join this divine event?
Vina Venkatesham Nanatho Nanathaha Sada Venkatesham Smarami Smarami Hare Venkatesha Prasida Prasida Priyam Venkatesha Prayacha Prayacha. Says Anand Swami. Every kshetra in Bharata has a significance. There is no doubt. It's Punyam. But I can tell you with my little experience, I have spoken in 27 countries within India, outside India, everywhere. I have spoken in at least 50 Balaji temples around the world. Somehow that Devata has one attraction which it is very rare to match. Why? Then in Sanskrit means sins, papam. Hata means to remove. Venkata means the one who has the ability to remove or annihilate our sins. That kshetram, when you see in the morning at about 6 a.m., the clouds and the mist will descend to the backdrop of Ananda Nilaya Vimanam, and when you stay for those few seconds before that Garbhagraham, where it was celebrated by the mystic saints called Alvars, Vedanta Deshika, Bhagavad Ramanuja, Pradivadi Bhayankaramandal Swami, Madhvacharya, Vyasatirtha, Purandaradasa, Muthuswami Dikshita, Tyagaraja, who has not sung on that kshetra? And that Bhagavan's Kalyana Mahotsavam is happening. So, I don't have to tell you how special and how beautiful it will be. A nulli-second is second to none in its nature. So, that Mahotsavam is happening in this month. Though it is not, Bhadrapada will get over very soon. You will have the next month. In the Tamil we call it Aipasi. Now, Purattasi will be over, Aipasi will come. In Chandramanam you have another one, that's all. Great event for all of you to get together, to first mingle as one dharmic community. I'm sure for all the efforts that the volunteers are taking, you should all be a part of it. Please register yourself. Registration to
Registration here.
It's outside. Please register yourself for the event. Bring more astikas and be a part of this.
For the Tirukalyanam, we have the Perumal and Tayar Vastram here. With Swami's blessed hands, we would like to receive the Vastram. I would like to call upon Shri Saravanan, Shri Kavita Saravanan and Jeevita to come along here and receive the Divya Vastras from Swamiji. Please give a big round of applause because Sharavananji, Kavita Sarananji and Jeevita ji, they are our biggest supporters. They keep supporting us in every event. I would like to request Arvindji and Sunilji to receive the Vastram from our big supporters. Kavita ji, please stay. We would please give the Vastrams to our organizers. This one. Swami Kavita Vastram. So we'll take one group photo due to time constraints. We'd like to quickly have one memory with Swamiji. So one group photo. Please, everybody sit here. So Swami will sit on the chair. Everybody sit here. We'll stand. So I think if everybody sits, they will be visible. Please sit in a row. I think everybody will be visible. So please sit, everybody will be visible. So except Swamiji, others have to please sit. We have a very nice powerful camera. Rajesh ji is helping us from the beginning and Krishna ji is taking videos. So big applause for them also. So please sit, everybody will be visible. Please sit. Only if you sit, then others will also be visible. Yeah. Only elderly, if you are not able to sit, you can stand, but rest. I see a lot of elderly here. They are not sitting.
Once you set up,
Govinda! Govinda!
A few more clicks. I think we are done. So let us know, Rajesh ji and Krishna ji, if you are done. Swamiji is patiently waiting for us.
one thumbs up already there.
Thank you. Please, there is prasadam at the entrance.